It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Tuesday, the 29th of June. I'm Michael Groff. Rain chances headed up, temperatures trending down, but there are still quite a few question marks regarding where and when thunderstorms will occur and just how much precipitation, if any, we might see here in the valley. We'll also take a look at the upcoming holiday weekend and what lies ahead for next week. All right, checking out the almanac from yesterday, 109 degrees, the afternoon high, 89 was the morning low. The normal high, 107, the normal low, 82. And outside right now, here at 8:55 a.m., scattered clouds about, and some areas of smoke as well. We're sitting at 90 degrees at Sky Harbor with 8 miles visibility. Dew point at 54, relative humidity 30%. The winds are from the east at 13 miles per hour, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures this morning ranging from the mid-80s to the low 90s through much of the metro. And the upper air look this morning, the weather pattern here across the western states hasn't changed a whole lot. Still have that very intense upper ridge over the northwest. However, you see that area of low pressure just off the Oregon coast. That's bringing in somewhat cooler temperatures to places like Astoria, Portland, up towards Seattle. Nowhere near the record-breaking heat that they've had in previous days. And speaking of those records, it's just incredible to pour over some of these numbers. Again, high temperatures from yesterday, 107 at Seattle at the SeaTac Airport, 110 at Olympia. Those are all-time record highs. 116 at Portland, 117 in Salem. The most unbelievable on this list, though, of course, Lytton, British Columbia. That's located just to the northeast of Vancouver. It's up in the Fraser Canyon area. And they hit 117 degrees. That is an all-time heat record for Canada. So just incredible heat. And they're going to see some more of that in some places again today. Check it out, the watch warning map. We still have some excessive heat warnings, not for places like Portland or Astoria, but just to the east of there, especially over towards Spokane and Pasco, Lewiston, Idaho. You'll be roasting again today. Excessive heat watches now in effect for eastern Montana. Around Glasgow, here in Arizona, more specifically Maricopa and Pinal counties, we have the air quality alert. And if you've been outside this morning, you smell the smoke, the wildfires ongoing. And so that certainly doesn't help things. We'll also have areas of blowing dust around this afternoon expected from thunderstorms. So no doubt we'll probably see a blowing dust advisory issued sometime later today. Flash flood watches extend from parts of New Mexico and West Texas up through the plains and into the Midwest. And heat also an issue in the Northeast. The convective outlook for today, a marginal risk of severe storms across the Great Lakes. And here in the Southwest, a marginal risk around Las Vegas down toward Needles and over into Northwest Arizona from northern La Paz County up through much of Mojave. And that includes Kingman, Lake Havasu City. Now here in Phoenix, we're in the green, so no organized severe weather is anticipated, but certainly isolated severe storms will be possible today. And here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Tuesday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix, generally light, around 1/10 of an inch. Heavier totals up north and over in the eastern mountains. Some spots could see 1 to 2 inches. But what I always tell you when we show you this map in the summertime, your amount will vary. Any one spot can get a lot more than what's shown here with locally heavy thunderstorms. This is just kind of a broad brush. And we'll talk about what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail now as we dive into modeling. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. There's our very intense, dominant heat ridge that continues up across the northwestern states and into western Canada. Kind of a northerly flow here. A disturbance across southwest New Mexico, and that's going to help to destabilize things just a bit today. So down at the surface today, kind of a complex forecast emerging. Partly sunny, scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across southern Nevada, northwest Arizona, the rim country, the eastern mountains of our state, as well as along the southern border. Storm motion today will be from north to south. So we'll look for storms to develop across Yavapai County to move southward into northern and central Maricopa County, including the Phoenix area later this afternoon and tonight. High temperatures this afternoon, generally between about 100 and 105, so it will be cooler than what we've seen in previous days. But the forecast, as I mentioned, rather complicated. We have a number of factors working in favor of and some against us getting storms in the lower deserts, including Phoenix. And so we're going to outline those for you right now. And to do that, let me show you a forecast sounding coming off of the HRRR at 5 p.m. today. And some of the factors working against storm development today include that northerly flow aloft. And that is going to help to bring storms off of the mountains into the lower deserts. But unfortunately, It's also going to bring in some dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, so we won't get that tall convection that we'd like to see. The lower levels of the atmosphere are somewhat dry, at least especially below 5,000 feet. And so with dew points relatively low, cloud bases will be higher today. So that means any storms that develop this afternoon would be capable of producing strong, damaging straight-line winds, lots of outflows and blowing dust. And that may help to perpetuate thunderstorm development, but mostly those storms would produce a lot of dust, a lot of wind, and some lightning. Not much in the way of rain. You see decape values on this sounding pretty close to 1,200 joules per kilogram. That's very high, but atmospheric instability overall, not that great. Cape values only around 500 joules per kilogram. And we have convective inhibition working against us as well. And then you factor in that mixing ratios are not that great. So storms today, mostly wind producers. And that's why you see that possible hazard type on the right is marginal severe. And that's mainly for the threat of damaging straight-line wind. All right, now as we go to tonight, yes, scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms will continue across the lower deserts. Not a great chance that we'll see measurable rain, though. And then tomorrow, kind of a similar setup. Now, we do have that disturbance moving into southern Arizona from southwest New Mexico. So we'll have partly sunny sky, chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. I do think tomorrow would prove to show a better chance of getting some organized storms and rain in here. But again, with that northerly flow, I don't think we'll get a lot of tall, organized convection. Just scattered showers and storms. The chance of rain tomorrow night should be around 40% for us. High temperatures around 100 to 104. Thursday, pretty similar setup, maybe slightly drier air in here. So we'll still go with at least a small chance of getting a shower or storm in here. And then Friday, more or less the same deal. Slight chance of afternoon and evening showers and storms. High temperatures 100 to 105 or so. Now, as we go to the weekend, we will see ridging building in from the Gulf Coast toward the southwestern states. And I think the flow aloft turns more out of the southeast. Slightly better chances we could see showers or storms in here. And if we do happen to get any inverted troughs or disturbances that rotate in as well, that would serve to enhance showers and storms. We don't see any obvious features on the models yet, but they always struggle with those. And we can't rule out some MCVs moving in here. So we'll just call for a broad-brushed 30% chance of afternoon and evening showers and storms for Saturday and the 4th of July. And high temperatures, again, continuing somewhere in the 100 to 105 bracket or so. Monday, I think we start to dry out just a bit as that aforementioned ridge continues to shift to the west, and the flow aloft may start to actually turn more westerly or northwesterly in time. But still a small chance we could see a shower or storm. And high temperatures would warm up a few degrees if that verifies. Here's a week from today. This is Tuesday, the 6th of July, ridging to the west. And some degree of an upper level disturbance, maybe a trough a little bit to the east of us. So the moisture really wouldn't be that far away. Showers and storms across northern Mexico and New Mexico, maybe the eastern mountains of our state. But we probably would be drier and high temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages. Then as we go out 10 days, this is Thursday, the 8th of July. And now we see the 594 heat ridge building back in across the western states, centered over California, moving into the Great Basin. And evidence that that will continue to move to the east. And if it does, the flow would gradually shift around back toward the east. So moisture might start to return toward the end of next week. And we might see more of a classic monsoon setup. But that is just way too far out there to say for certain right now. All right, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix over the next couple of weeks. First, I'll show you the European ensemble. It is not that optimistic. The ensemble mean barely over 1/10 of an inch. And some of the members show no rain at all. The GFS ensemble is certainly more bullish with precipitation. Every single member shows rain, and there's one there that's well over 2.5 inches of rain. I don't think we're going to get that. The ensemble mean is up over 0.8 of an inch, and that seems maybe unreasonable, but of course, it's always a possibility. I would say more than likely, if we see any rain at all, it would probably be closer in line with the WPC output, and that's around 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch at most. All right, looking at temperatures off of the national blend of models, pretty much what you'd expect for this time of year. Highs 100 to 106, and then warming up toward 110 as we get out into next week, if in fact drier air does work its way in here. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notice. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. You guys be safe, stay cool and hydrated out there. Watch your kids around the swimming pool and have yourselves a fantastic Tuesday.